Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. So I thought today, before I start dinner, we would do something different. Last week I bought a big bag of lettuce and we had salad for our side all week. So I thought, why don't we do something a little different? If you can remember, I bought that coleslaw dressing for $2 for $1 down at Bronson. And the expiration was like at the end of February, so it's going to be just fine. Well, they have the big bags of coleslaw at Sam's for, I think, $2.34 or something like that. So I thought this week, why don't we have coleslaw as our side dish? So I can use up that bottle, and we can have a great side dish. Look how much coleslaw is in there. Quite a bit, I tell you. Whoops, I didn't take the security top off, I guess. Thought I did. There we go. We'll just do it this way. We'll use up that whole bottle. And I wanted to do it a little bit early because, you know, coleslaw tastes better when it's cold. So I'm going to get all this mixed together, and that will be our side dish this week for all of our dinners. So, who says you can't throw together something? So for $3 and a couple pennies, we'll have side salads for every day this week. Alright, so now it's time for supper. So, I have been thinking, I started canning back in 2021. And there's a lot of stuff that I canned that I need to use up, you know. Today's was made 8/28/21. So it's time to get it used up. What I've been thinking is, not everything is going to be from my pantry like that, but, you know, during COVID and all those things, we were taught, you know, stock it up, stock it up, stock it up, stock it up. And well, we did that, and then it just sits on our shelves, and we haven't done anything with it. So, I am going to create a meal today, and hopefully it turns out good. We'll see. So, back here I've got egg noodles that are being boiled. So, I'm going to use egg noodles. I don't have any more quarts of these, but I do have pints of my beef stew. So, I'm going to pour it in this other pan here. Listen to that, still sealed. After all this time. I'm going to use three pints of it. If I don't need it all, then we won't use it all. But now, when people say, well, I don't can, well, there's an awful lot of canned beef stew out there that people, I'm sure, bought and put in their pantries. Because that's one thing that we were told, you know, beef stew, chilies, stuff like that. This will show you how long these lids last, you guys, if you do it right. There we go. So now I'm going to start to warm this up. I don't think I'll need all of that, but if not, that's okay. Now, when I can my food like that, I do not add salt and pepper to it. So we're going to pepper that a little bit. And if you want to add other stuff to it, you know, to make it yours, if you want to add garlic, you want to do whatever. A lot of your beef stew that you buy at the store is going to have all that stuff in it. I'm going to try to break my chunks up a little bit in there of the meat. Let me show you how nice this looks after 4 years of being canned almost. Isn't that beautiful? I'm telling you. I am a person that truly loves to can, and you know, it's It's very, very rewarding. But when you can as much as I do, whoops, I just made a mess. I probably put too many noodles in there, but that's all right. It'll still work. But when you can as much as I do, we need to be able to use up some of that stuff as well. So not every meal's going to be, you know, coming from a jar or anything like that. I don't want you guys to think, oh my gosh, we're going to be watching weeks and weeks and weeks of that. No, it's not going to be like that at all. But I'm going to throw things in here. And I've actually been thinking a lot about it since I thought about making my own cookbook. That not everything has to be where you found something else. You know what I mean? You can make things for yourself. So what I'm going to do now is just heat this up really, really well. And I'm going to finish cooking those noodles, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. I just had a near catastrophe. I put it over here, and I spilt some all over the countertop and the floor, and missed my leg. So, good thing. I'm just thinking, could have been worse. So, now this is heated up, and I've got my noodles, and we're going to add our noodles to it. Now, I'm not worried about the juice that's in the stew, because it's going to cover the noodles. And if you need to add more, you can. But this is going to be a really hearty dish. It already has vegetables in it. If you want to make more vegetables to go with it, you can. And like I say, don't worry about the extra juice. You don't have to thicken it up, because it'll actually absorb into the noodles while it's cooking, and it'll dry out as it's being not covered in the oven. So now I'm going to put that off to the side. I have a 9 by 13 pan, all nice and greased. My oven is up to 350. So we're going to put that into the pan here. And see, there is some juice on the bottom, but that's okay. Now, if you want to add cheese or anything like that, you can, but I'm not going to be a mouse today. I'm not adding any cheese, believe it or not. But what I am going to add is I've got some of these French fried onions, and I'm going to sprinkle the top with those. You don't have to do that. You could leave it alone, or you could add, you know, breadcrumbs, whatever you want to do to give it a little bit of crunch on top. Whatever you want. There we go. So take a look at that. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to put it in my 350 oven. And I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes. And I'll check it after that 20 minutes and see if it's as hot that I want it to be and all that good stuff. So see, we can take our home canned, or we can take the cans that we bought at the store, and let's put them to use. They're no good on the shelf. Alrighty, so it's out of the oven now. Look at that. I think it looks amazing. So let's give it a try here. And Tom will get potatoes too. Now what I've been doing, so if he's not home right away, I turn that oven up and then just put it back in there, and it keeps it warm. So then I'll have to rewarm each plate up. How's that? I think the onions are going to make a huge difference. That is really, really good. And another way for you to use up some of your canned stew that you might have. whether you can it yourself or you get it at the Dollar Tree. Now you can make it into a full meal, and yeah, Tom will be lucky if there's any luck. No. So I will be back when Tom gets home, and we'll let him take a taste test. Hi, Tom.
Hello.
There's dinner, and you got coleslaw over there too.
See that?
I used that dressing that we got 2 bottles for $1 from Bronson. What do you think? That's 3 pints of this beef stew with noodles, and I got fried onions on the top.
Good. Really good.
Want to try your coleslaw?
Sure.
So we're going to have coleslaw all week. Well, until it runs out anyway. So pretty good creation?
Yeah.
I think the fried onions on top really adds to it, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Jack?
Everything's very good.
There we go. So winner, beef stew dinner.
Winner, beef stew dinner.
All right, you guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
Bye, Jack.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a great night.